Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Building it up there.
Yeah, it's episode 92 of Fringe Fanatics, 8 away from the elusive 100.
That's right.
I am Chris Zane, and as always,
I am Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Chad's adjusting. We're
I had my
coming
hat
in.
on last week, so I forgot that it was a little bigger.
Yeah, big old head.
Yep.
Anyways, it is episode 92. We are doing things a little bit differently this week. We are going to start out with our interview. We are going to have Blair Watkins on. He is the owner/operator of Elevate Rides, a cool party bus venture here in the old Denver, Colorado area.
Yeah. Great safe way to get to any kind of event, Red Rocks or any concert you want to go to. They provide pretty much buses for anything going on.
I saw they go to like Fort Collins.
Yep.
Might do the Springs. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to speak out of turn, but anywhere you're going,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll probably get you there safe and sound.
It's pretty cool too because his wife actually took over ownership, or she started her own party bus company just a few years ago, I believe it was. And for Odessa,
dueling party bus
I
companies.
know,
dude?
they kind of joke around about that, like, sleeping with the competition.
Oh
a little
no!
bit. Yeah, but they made a really cool post how they both their companies did buses for Odessa, the concert I went to in Boulder about a month ago, and they pretty much supplied 300 people with rides up there. They had, I think it was 9 buses.
Damn, that's
or
quite the
something.
fleet.
It was quite a bit of people.
Yeah.
And to get all those people up there, get them all up there safely and everything.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah. They're heroes in the live music and event industry for sure.
Yes, and
but
we
he's
need more of those.
also a diehard Philadelphia
Rabid.
fan. Yeah.
Rabid Philly fan.
Phillies fan, Flyers fan, and I wanted to bring this up before he came on because I know he's a very modest guy. You won't believe it, dude. This guy will post like his pictures of his bowling league nights. He gets up to there to like 300 pretty frequently. He's really good at bowling.
It's hard to find he doesn't have that many pictures of just himself. I did find one, and it was from him winning or taking like second or third in an amateur pickleball tournament.
Tennis.
Like,
He's really good at tennis.
Damn.
It's like all of these kind of like recreational, but also like really competitive. Like it's not your like football or basketball rec leagues or anything like that. These are like, country club resorts, or not resorts, but whatever he's competing in, he's really good at it.
Oh, okay, cool.
That.
All right, well, let's get him on the line.
Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna let Chad take the lead on this one as he is his friend, and here we go.
All right.
This is Blair.
Hello, Blair. What's going on, man?
How's it going, Chad?
It's going
How you
good,
doing?
man. Appreciate you making the time for us, man. We won't keep too much of your time. This is my buddy Chris here.
What's up, man? How you doing, Blair? I followed you on all the social medias today, so now we know each other on the interwebs at
Perfect.
least. So
I saw that, Chris. Yeah, definitely. Likewise. Right back at you.
Well, Blair, like I said, I'm really glad you came on because we really needed an Eagles insider. And, after knowing you for the last 6 years, I thought what better guy to have on for the Eagles. So if you don't mind real quick, give us kind of a rundown of, how long you lived in Philadelphia before you kind of came out here and basically when your fandom for the Eagles. And I know you're a Flyers fan, Phillies fan, you name it. You're Philadelphia diehard, right?
I am a diehard Philly fan through and through. I was born in Philadelphia, so I lived there pretty much. I lived.
did it
in the
happen to be
Philadelphia
West
area.
Philadelphia by any chance?
Not. I was North Philadelphia.
Okay, sorry. I had to ask.
Yeah, I lived north of the city a little bit for most of my life, just outside of downtown. And but yeah, I follow all the teams, but I follow the Eagles the closest out of all the big sports. I was there until I was about 21 years old, and then my parents moved to Florida when I graduated college, and then I moved out to Florida for a bit, and then out to Colorado for the past 13 years. But kept my Philly area code number, just can't even get rid of that. So I still have that, after 42 years. And I haven't even lived there for the past 20, so it's still in my blood.
It won't leave.
Nice, nice.
It won't leave. Yep.
And you've been doing fantasy football for, a good while now. How many years do you think you've done in a row?
Oh man, easily 21 years of fantasy football.
Jeez,
Damn.
that's impressive. Yeah,
Back in the dial-up days.
right. Like you.
Everything. Yeah, everything. That was before everything was written out.
Yeah,
much, on
people are
paper.
checking the newspaper and stuff to get points
Exactly.
and stuff.
You had to go get one of those
Yeah.
magazines at the beginning of the season, and then
Yeah.
there might have guys been like got hurt or traded, but after that magazine printed too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we had to do the whole board with the stickers. Yeah, on the wall. Meet up in person. So way before all the internet made it super easy for the commissioners.
Yeah, exactly. All these commissioners don't know how easy they have it nowadays.
Oh, for sure. And I've been a commissioner of my own league for the past 12 years.
Okay.
And then I do 3 other leagues on top of that. So it's a lot.
Yeah, that is. I try and keep it to like 2 to 3 tops. It's any more than that, I'm just like, it's so hard. You start like blending them all together. You don't know who you picked up on the waiver wire. Then some of your teams start looking the same because you're like trying to grab the same guys.
Yeah. Have you looked into
Or you
sleepers
try to
since Sorry, go ahead, man.
I'll say, or you try to make them different and you pass up really good players in a different league because you have them in another one because you don't want to risk if they get injured.
Yeah, you're
and
trying to
then you
hedge your
end up
bets.
Yeah.
with players.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough.
But have you looked into sleeper since I mentioned it the other night?
No, I haven't had a chance to yet.
Dude, you should check it out, man. Yeah, that's what we're switching to in our work league this year, and I really think like if you check it out, like they're really built into like I sound like a shill right now for sleeper. Just give us some money,
Sleeper,
sleeper.
reach
Come on
out.
now. Yeah, but no, it's totally worth it, man. They make it really easy for the commissioner.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it. Yeah, I know that it is getting around that time almost, which is pretty insane to start getting things together.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking at that here shortly as soon as I have some time.
So man, I wanted to. Chad was telling me kind of a little bit about Elevate Rides and like what you had going on and stuff, and I looked into it. And it's super cool what you guys do. Could you give us a little background on how you got into that and like what how that's all going? It seems like it's going great, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's every year, it gets better and better, more successful. We add vehicles. It's a party bus company, for all sorts of events. So, we do a lot of Red Rocks concerts. That's our biggest business, since they have a show, pretty much every day of the week between April and all the way through November now. We do bachelor parties and birthdays and weddings and, any type of, bar crawl, any type of event where people are looking to move, a large group of friends or family. So yeah, it's going really well. And the reason I got into it, I mean, it just kind of happened actually about 8.5 years ago. I just started driving for Lyft for some extra side cash, and I really enjoyed that. And had a buddy that built out his own party van for his own personal use, and he decided he needed to slow down on the partying, and I thought I could turn that into something out here. So I bought it off him and started my company, and then it just snowballed almost instantly. People were looking for rides, larger, bigger rides immediately. And I started with the one van, and within the first year I had the van and 2 buses. And then every year I've kind of added another bus to the fleet, and now I have 7 of them.
Damn.
Wow.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
a real
Congrats.
fleet. And I can speak from experience, too, man. Firsthand, I've ridden it. I think last year I took Aubrey's company up there, and it's great because they meet at Zeppelin Station right there in the Rhino District. And so, if listeners don't, I'm not going to give my address out or anything like that, but I live out far by the airport. Don't, Chris. But, so we've done it where we have Ubered all the way to Red Rocks, and it's nearly a $200 one-way trip. Yeah. And last year when we did it and just Ubered to Zeppelin, then took the bus up there, it made it far cheaper, a way better time, met some good people on the bus. You're able to have a few drinks on the bus. I mean, it's the ideal way to go. Yeah,
Aubrey's company is great. That she has a music fan club, called Bus Party Co. And then she rents the party buses from me through Elevate Rides, and then we help out all of her fan club members get to Red Rocks on a private party bus for pretty much every show. And anybody can become a member. It's a great way to meet other fans and and ride to the show. And we all the time people will meet people at the meetup beforehand and on the bus, and then hang with them the whole night and become friends and go to other shows with them. And that's what it's all about for her, for that. So she loves just bringing people together in the music community.
I love it, man.
It's a great way to connect people.
Yeah, and you're a pillar in the music community as well. I mean, it's really an understatement saying that. To let everybody know, you just got back from your second trip to the Sphere. Am I correct?
I did go to the Sphere twice already,
Yeah.
For dinner. Just because it was that incredible, I had to go again.
Well, I really love living vicariously through watching your reels, man. It looked really sick.
Did you go see? What'd you go see? I'm assuming one was Dead and Company, and then the other was
Dead and Company.
Yeah. Did you both times or?
Yeah, I went to two different Dead and Company shows. So the shows were completely different. I think there were only 2 or 3 songs that overlapped, and then they did switch up the visuals a little bit. They do have quite a few visuals for each show. They do have a lot of they're kind of their main visuals for most of the show, and then they do mix it up for every show a little bit, so you're not getting the same show every time. But the music's always different, which is great. At least the shows that I saw for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope they'd be different. With
They got such a big catalog. I don't doubt it one bit, but. Yeah, it looks like an amazing time, sir. But we won't keep up too much in your time. I could talk about that forever, but we are on this because I want to find out if the Eagles are going to bounce back this year, man. By many draft analysts out there, the best cornerback prospect in the whole draft, Quinyon Mitchell, fell to you at number 22. And you guys grabbed Cooper DeJean in the second round. Do you guys think that'll be enough to make an impact on a defense that finished second to last in touchdowns allowed last season?
I know. It was pretty wild how far the defense dropped. After the year they went to the Super Bowl, they were pretty strong, and they were one of the best in the league, and then it just kind of fell off. I think their whole secondary kind of fell apart. They got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson to the Lions, but then we got him back this year, which is going to be huge. In addition to those young guys, so I think having him, back there will be big for us again. And then Sidney Brown was recovering from an ACL injury, so having him back should be big as well. But yeah, I mean, Cooper and Quinyon, I mean, they're both look like the incredible talents coming out of college. So those guys are getting so much older back there. So to have that young energy, it's got to help. I mean, Slay's, on the last game of the year in the playoffs, he had a knee injury, which was pretty devastating. And then, Avonte Maddox is kind of prone to getting injured. So, it's been tough back there. And James Bradbury, he's getting super old. We could probably get rid of him. So, yeah, to have these young guys, these studs that are coming out of college to fill the need back there, I think it's going to go a long way. I mean, Cooper is so fast and, he's such a high football IQ, and, he just, he could pretty much he could play any spot in the secondary, I feel like, from, cornerback to safety. So, I mean, both of those guys, I don't know a lot about Quinyon, but what I do know, I think, he's going to hopefully, if not start, become a big force sometime during the season to help us out there, because we need it badly, and I think those young guys are going to do it for us.
Yeah, and another thing too, I was surprised because you guys took a pretty good I say you guys like we're all part of the team, but the Eagles took a pretty good long look at Justin Simmons and decided to forego that. And it still blows my mind that he's out there floating around still, but I was really surprised they let him walk out of there without a deal.
Yeah, I mean, we have Howie Roseman he's one of the best GMs in the league, and he knows what he's doing back there. So whatever he saw or didn't see, I trust in that guy. He's made some pretty incredible decisions over the years to get our team to where they need to be. I mean, I started watching the team faithfully right around when McNabb got picked up in '99, and ever since for the past 20 plus years, we've, other than a few sporadic years in the middle, we've been pretty successful. We've had a great team for the past 20 plus years. So I trust the front office decision for this team wholeheartedly, and and if that's the way they decide to go, I think it had to have been the right move for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Chris and I actually watched that Super Bowl where Nick Foles beat Tom Brady together. So we really enjoyed watching the Eagles win that Super Bowl.
That was a fun
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody in the country other than Patriots fans wanted to see the Eagles win that one,
That's
which
right.
is funny since now people hate Eagles fans. So to hear people rooting on the Eagles was pretty wild.
I don't know, man. The Chiefs fans are getting up there
I was
nowadays.
going to say, I don't know, man. I feel like it's us.
Yeah. They make it really easy to hate them.
Maybe
too.
more on the East Coast or something. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, our defense has kind of fell off quite a bit last year, and I'm hoping they really turn it around with these young guys, and they still have that depth there with some of the older guys, some of the vets. So if they can learn from those guys and get in there quickly, I think our defense is going to drastically improve this year, which we absolutely need back there, because that's always been over the years. That's always been our struggle, the secondary. So I'm hoping that finally changes for us, because they were comparing Cooper or Deshaun to like a Jalen Ramsey type player. So
yeah.
We'll see.
It's surprising he fell, but what injury did he have? It wasn't a knee, was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
He had something. There was a reason why he fell, but I mean, he's basically going to be, the next white starting cornerback in the NFL. So it's like Jason Sehorn or something like that.
For a long time ago.
It's not many.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
He's the great white hope at cornerback.
Well, I had totally forgot that you guys added Devin White too, man. I think that's a really interesting pickup, because it's no secret that the linebacker crew and core has kind of been lacking a little bit there. They got Nakobe Dean. They're kind of hoping for a little bit of bounce back here. Then they drafted Jeremiah Trotter there from Clemson, who has a lot of hype behind him. I think that is going to be the big difference this year. Is I think if Devin White can kind of rise to the seasons he was having in 2020 and 2021 with having 9 sacks that year, I think there's a good chance that they can get that defense back to where they need to.
No, absolutely. I hope that he can come back to a good form there. And I mean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. has got a lot to live up to in Philly, because his father is he is a legend in the eyes of Philly fans. So that's going to be tough for him to live up to that name in that city, So a lot of pressure for him there.
What was his dad's first name again?
Jeremiah Trotter.
It was Jeremiah. That's what I thought. Okay. Because I was like, man, why does that sound familiar? Man, there's just so many father-son duos now.
He went and foregone the old junior,
Yeah.
Yep. So, so that's a big for him. And, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, hopefully those guys now, got some time under the belt and, can really come along here. So, I'm hoping that that front end can really start to get after some people, because that was what drove us to the Super Bowl that year. We had such a strong line up front there, and they were sacking everybody, multiple times a game.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick was a beast back then. I mean, it's going to be tough to fill him,
insane.
but I think Jalen Carter's just only going to get better. But let's flip it up. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. And back when I was kind of doing a little bit of research on the Eagles to get ready for this, I kind of forgot as well that you guys picked up Kellen Moore.
Yep.
And last year, you guys ranked somewhat towards the last as far as pre-snap motions. And Kellen's more obviously a college guy. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Do you think we see a little bit more of creativity in this offense, especially adding Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope so. Our offensive creativity was about as creative as a 5-year-old could have drawn it up last year. I mean, there was no movement. It was just 0-yard screen passes consistently, just so frustrating to watch. And they Hurts was always out of the shotgun. So very minimal pre-snap motion. And like you said, I do know that Kellen does like that motion. So hopefully that will add a new dynamic to the offense and mix it up and make teams have to guess a little bit more what's happening, because last year I feel like they just knew what was happening right from the get-go. There was zero creativity for the offense last year, and that's pretty much why they fell apart. Everybody could see what was coming, instantly. So, I really hope Kellen can step in and, with his style and change it up a little bit. Obviously for Jalen, I think Shane Steichen for 2 seasons in a row. He's never had an offensive coordinator since high school for 2 seasons in a row. So I'm sure that's tough for him to, to consistently have to work with a new coordinator and figure out their style of play. So I know that can't be easy.
Might have to hit up his old buddy Baker Mayfield, because Baker's had to do that a lot. Gone through I think 5 or 6 over the years.
Yeah, I can't. There's no consistency with the play calling. New plays, new styles. I mean, that's got to be so hard as a quarterback. But hopefully, he's a smart guy, and hopefully he's up to the challenge, and and hopefully they can. With this, obviously with Saquon as his new weapon back there, there's going to be a lot for people to worry about. And
you guys still got DeAndre Swift? Am I wrong? Did he leave the team?
Yeah, Swift left the team. Yep, but we picked up Will Shipley from Clemson.
That's right.
He's a shifty, dynamic back. If they decide to get him in there as a change of pace type of guy, and we still have Kenny Gainwell, who also kind of that as well. So, if those guys can come in to kind of offset Saquon's, obviously Saquon's still shifty and fast too, but he's so strong, so he can just blast through people.
He got those tree trunk legs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had the old competition between him and Jalen to see who could actually squat more. Because before Saquon came over, they asked him, "Who do you think can actually squat more?" And Saquon laughed and he said, "It's me." So they did in the weight room, and he did do it. So
damn.
I mean,
I don't know if you guys saw this. There's a crazy video going around right now of Nick Chubb, 8 months post tearing his knee up, squatting 605 pounds. It is nuts, man. It's
that's insane.
That's what these guys are coming back, so strong. So I'm hoping he can stay healthy, and now that he has an actual, O-line to run behind, that Giants exactly, top of the league. So there's only so much you can do behind the line like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Nice
because,
segue.
Yeah, I I've been here. I haven't watched the Giants off-season Hard Knocks yet, but I've been hearing that they kind of make Saquon out to kind of be the one that's betraying the Giants in a sense, and I'm kind of surprised by that take, because it's where would you rather go, the Eagles or the Giants that chose Daniel Jones and that never provided a good offensive line for you to run behind and kept letting you get hurt? I think it's a pretty easy decision. I don't personally fault Saquon one bit for making that decision.
No, definitely not. As someone who probably wants to win a championship and go to a team that has the potential, and as purely a business decision too, you can't fault him at all for wanting to go to a better spot where he's going to be utilized and feel like, they have a chance they've got all the pieces right now, to put it all together. So hopefully they can figure that out and at least get deep into this thing this year.
Yeah, you definitely hope so. If he can stay healthy, that would be a huge bonus for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
know. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
All right. Well, you guys did lose Jason Kelce this year, which we did. It's a huge loss. The tush push. Who knows if it will ever be the same. How I know you were saying it's a better offensive line than Saquon had at the Giants, but is the offensive line at the Eagles better this year than it was last year, or has it taken a downturn due to losing Kelce?
We still have Mailata and Landon Dickerson, and Lane Johnson's always been a beast. And then Cam Jurgens, who's taken over for Kelce. He was right guard. Kelce was in the, during the draft process, he was pretty much, right there with them saying, this is the guy that I want you guys to grab, as my replacement. So he told the team, I think we can mold this guy into the next great center. So he's been learning from Jason, for the past 2 seasons, and I think he's a big boy, and he's had that mentorship for a while now. I have a feeling he's going to come in and do a really good job. I'm not concerned about that center position at all. I think the tush push will be just fine.
Well, that's good to hear, man. I totally agree because, as we talked about, a couple weeks ago when we were hanging out, we listened to the New Heights podcast, and just by taking in so much content from Jason Kelce, you just know he's such a good dude. I don't think there's and so much of his heart is committed to the Eagles forever. I don't think there's any way that he's not going to be a good mentor and just doing everything he can for Cam Jurgens there and the rest of the O-line. So I think it's
absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I feel like they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, he'll be in their ear all season. I guarantee it. Just kind of like probably coaching them, as much as he can, like give calls and saying, "Hey, I probably saw you doing this. Maybe you should do this," type of thing. I have no doubt about it. Because he's going to be he'll be a diehard Eagle. I mean, he would love to work for the organization. He's even said it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think that line's going to be just fine. And like I said, a lot of the staples are still there. So and he's had time to learn from Jason. So and when the two guys with the biggest quads in the league right behind you, I think they'll be able to create just a push too. So. It should be interesting to watch and see how it unfolds, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited to see if Jason can be unbiased on Monday Night Football, man. He is such a good personality. I think I'm really excited to see him on that panel, but when it got asked on the New Heights, like when he's got to like basically criticize the Eagles or, basically call those games or talk about them, I'm pretty interested to see how that's going to go.
Yeah.
It will be. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely will be interested, too, to see how he can separate the two. Because, you feel like, Troy Aikman now has been doing it forever. So I feel like now he's gotten to the point where when he watches Cowboy games, he is very impartial. But I do feel like in his earlier years, or even, Tony Romo actually did a pretty good job of being fairly impartial right from the get-go, too. So,
he's fallen off,
yeah,
though. He was real bad last year. Especially the Super Bowl.
Romo?
Yeah. Chad has to watch the Super Bowl on mute.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some good games and some bad games. Yeah, I agree. That's got to be tough, going from a player to a commentator and being completely impartial. I can't imagine doing that as somebody who had such a, you're so focused on one team for so long.
Well, it's tough, too, because, most of these guys now are going, right from playing into commentating, and there's, this weird, am I overstepping my bounds by speaking on, my friends and co-workers, so to speak, on other teams, that's got to be a weird thing where you're I'm going to talk shit about this guy, but, last year after we played, I dapped him up and said he's the best ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now I'm criticizing him on national television.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's got to be tough.
That's got to be a fine line to walk. Yeah, it's I don't envy that at all. But I mean, I'm really I think this year is going to be a bounce back year for sure. I mean, as far as most of the teams stuck together, and we've still got all those big time players and added a few big time players, young guys and veterans. So. On the NFC side, hopefully we don't have to play the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl, but if we do, I'm looking for a little revenge.
There we go,
I'm going to be really mad if I have to watch a third Super Bowl in a row with the Chiefs. That's all I know.
It's going to happen, dude. You know it.
I can't wait for the quarterback salary cap. Before we let you get out of here, man, I do want to ask you, I know you're a diehard, Philadelphia fan. How do you feel about your Phillies right now? They're sitting in first in the East. Things are looking good.
It's been a wild ride for the Phillies this season. I mean, the past 2 years have been incredible with some heartbreak at the end. But that's, as a Philly sports fan, that's pretty much what we're used to.
Born with
it, Sixers have been doing it to us the past couple of years, and the Phillies have been doing it to us the past couple of years, the Eagles. So, I mean, that's kind of the MO as a Philly fan. You have a great regular season, and then you kind of are set yourself up for heartbreak in the playoffs. But I'm hoping this is the year the Phillies finally get over the hump. I mean, they're playing out of their minds right now. Everyone's playing like at an all-star caliber. Obviously, with Harper and Schwarber going down with injury, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did they not come off just before the All-Star break? I know they were on the IL, but I thought I saw that they were getting ready to come off.
Yeah, Schwarber came back and started playing great, and I believe Harper did too. Yeah, so just recently. So yeah, I mean that if they were ever to get injured, this was the time. Mid-season, you kind of got a lead on everybody. Get it out of your system now. So you're healthy for the last couple of months.
Still a ton of games left. Yeah. And plus, you guys got to watch Alec Boehm last night, in the home run derby. So that was fun. And he had a great reaction to advancing, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love seeing that from him. So, yeah, the Phillies, if they can keep this run going, then, hopefully this should be a nice little playoff push for them, and let's see if they can get back to the series. And obviously, at that point, it's anybody's game. So, but I'm hoping for the best out of those guys because we could really use another World Series from those guys. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's probably been a while. When's the last time the Phillies won the series? Won it all?
Within the last 10 years, isn't it?
7 or 09.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
More than that, damn.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of recently. I saw a little bit of news that you might be interested. Did you hear how Little Dicky is the one that kind of got sealed the deal to get Paul George over there to the Sixers?
He's like,
no,
who is Little Dicky?
Yeah. Don't know who Little Dicky is.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, dude. He's that rapper, that funny rapper. He's from Philly.
He's like a Jewish rapper from Philly. He had the show on FX, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out. It's a hilarious show. His rap, it's not my most favorite thing. It's kind of like funny rap, but
kind of silly.
It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah. I just looked him up here. Okay, I've seen him before. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
He did a really great freestyle on Charlemagne the God show. I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
That's cool. Whatever it is. It's hilarious and it's super good.
But he's really proud of his Philly fandom, and I guess I just saw something recently where he was trying to talk Paul George into coming, and Paul George admitted he's like, yeah, he kind of sold me on it. So I found that kind of funny.
Okay, do that here. Paul George says, "Well, to explain how to save money in 76ers video. In fact, it is okay. Interesting. All right, good of that. Yeah,
there you go, man. Those celebs helping you out there in Philly."
Take what I can get. Maybe Kevin Hart will start getting some more players over to the Eagles. Yeah.
Bradley Cooper and stuff. Yep. Well, man, dude, I really appreciate you coming on, Blair. I know you got dinner tonight. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but feel free if you want, plug anything you want right now and get on out of here.
Let us know where we can find you, and also plug. Is it your wife or your girlfriend's
wife?
Okay, plug your wife's business as well again one more time, so we all know where to find you.
Yeah, so I just updated. It was 08 was our World Series.
Oh, okay.
So it's been quite a while. So we would love to get that back, especially when we were so close just a couple years ago. But yeah, I mean, So again, my company's called Elevate Rides. It's a great party bus company. We're around for any event that you might need transportation for, a large group. We even have a smaller bus that we added this year. So even if you have a group of like 8 to 10 people, we can handle some of those smaller groups and anywhere up to like 30 people. We'll go anywhere in the Front Range area to help you out with that. And then her fan club is called Bus Party Co. You can find us both on Instagram. Bus Party Co. is the handle for that, and Elevate Rides, one word, is the handle for mine. And you can kind of see what both of them. We post pretty often on Instagram, so you can see what each company is all about and get a good feel for them. And they're just, we feel like they're a great way to connect people and help the community. And obviously, for me, it's a big thing about, honestly, just keeping people safe on the roads. That's one of my biggest passions. I lost my best friend in a drunk driving accident 3 days before I launched my business, coincidentally. So that really gave it more purpose and gave me more drive to make it successful and to keep people safe on the roads. So the more I'm able to do that, the better. And I try and do that as much as possible. So we just hit us up anytime you need some transportation options.
Well, we'll definitely be posting some links and whatever we can to get people to direct to that. And, man, you're a great example of the whole saying that not all heroes wear capes, man, because, for the amount of people that you keep safe on a daily basis and weekends, you're a true hero. You going to be at SDS9 this weekend?
I will be there. Yep, I will be there for sure.
Fantastic, man. I'll hit you up when I get up there.
All right, perfect. Yeah, we'd love to see you. We'll definitely try and link up while we're at the show.
Sounds good. Thanks again, Blair. We really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, man, we might have to hit you up. Maybe one time we'll we'll hang out on a party bus and do a podcast. I have no idea, but we'll figure something out, man.
Little mobile podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Busting with the Fringe Fanatics. That's what.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some fans and cruise up to a sporting event or something. I have no idea.
We park outside and invite them on the bus to chat with them while they're going into the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go.
We did a live podcast from the Broncos Stadium a couple years ago before the Chiefs and Broncos, so that might be a pretty good idea to do that someday.
We literally did it guerrilla style and just parked and set up like a table and just started podcasting.
That was in the early days.
We can do that, and we'll set it up in the bus and just invite people inside, and that's a great idea. I think people would love that.
Dude, that'd be awesome. We got to make it happen.
Well, hell yeah, man. Blair,
for sure.
Thank you for hopping on, man. Have a great rest of your night. Have a good dinner, and we'll talk to you soon, man. We'll have you on at some point during the season and talk about the Eagles again.
Get a little update. Absolutely, I would love that. All right, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, have a great evening.
Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one this weekend.
Bye.
Have a good one. All right.
Damn it, I did it again. He was still kind of talking.
It's so tough, dude. I do that all the time when I talk to people. I'm like,
okay.
What?
See you, bye.
It's all good. We made it happen. That was a great interview.
Yeah, definitely.
That was awesome,
It was
man.
fun.
Yep.
If you haven't, I know you haven't because you probably just heard about them, but we'll be tagging them and everything. Elevate Rides and what was it?
Bus Party Co.
Bus Party Co. Are the two places you want to go. It sounds like Bus Party Co. is a good way to kind of find some stuff out about music and meet some people.
Yeah, it's just really good in the music scene. That Aubrey has a really good mission where she just kind of wants to bring people together. It's not so much just about getting people up there, getting drunk on the bus or anything like that.
It does seem like a more
communal kind of thing. And,
which is
and
cool.
That's what I love. And that's what I didn't even really mention. How I met Blair is it was almost a way to impress Hannah a long time ago. It's kind of a funny story where when
son of a gun.
Her and I first met, we had just met, and in Odessa was going to be playing like 3 weeks afterwards at Red Rocks. And I mean, at the time, and they're still even bigger than at that time. Well, tickets were like $300 each for Red Rocks.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any. I just couldn't afford it at the time. I was like, man. And then sure enough, Blair the Angel was pricing them at $150 each. Seriously. And he sold them to me for I think it was like around $150, but it was a hell of a good deal. And then so we met him up there, and then I found out about the party bus, and then a couple weeks later we went to String Cheese on the party bus, and we've been friends ever since. He's a really good
string
guy.
Cheese on the party bus.
I wish. Yeah, I love String Cheese.
String Cheese is awesome.
Yeah.
Although I'm a savage, I don't peel it because I feel like most of the time. Here's the thing: why I don't peel a string cheese, because I've worked in construction and outside for so long. Your hands are dirty. I'm not gonna sit there and peel dirty bit by bit of string cheese. You bite that thing.
There was a comedian on Kill Tony recently that had a really good bit about that.
Oh, really?
You've never seen it?
I probably have heard it. But
was a guy just go up and just be like, "I'm gonna eat some string cheese." It's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You gotta eat it manly.
You don't sit here and peel bit off.
No. Every guy's gonna make fun of you if you do that.
I don't have time.
No,
dude.
but nobody don't do that.
You bite that thing like a carrot. Dude.
Yeah,
just
it's almost like too little too. I could just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you fold that thing in half and just pop it in your mouth.
That's right.
All right. Well, yes, go check out Elevate Rides. We'll be tagging them and everything. We appreciate Blair hopping on with us. But let's get into the show.
Let's do it, man.
We got to talk about our weekends. We gotta talk about
our lives, man.
We gotta talk about everything, dude. So
talk about our hopes and dreams
and wants,
failures,
and needs.
Ooh, threw that one in there.
Well,
let's
talk about our weekends.
Man.
It was so We're 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in with no cursing. I'm going to do it now. It was so fucking hot this weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything other than, things that needed to be done. So, what about you? Tell me about your weekend.
You didn't do anything? You guys didn't watch anything?
We did. You want me to get into my weekend? I was just leading in.
Give me something you watched or
okay.
Stub your toe or anything?
I did not stub my toe.
Damn it! I was gonna laugh if you did.
I didn't. I don't think I injured myself at all. But I know you wish that. I bet you have a little voodoo doll of me that you're like. I'm like, my back.
That's how the sciatica pops
Chad,
up.
My sciatic.
Yep.
No, this weekend, I finished. Oh man. What is it called? The collecting show on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that trading or collectibles kind of thing. That's cool.
Collecting show. God damn it. I want to know what it is. King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch. I finished all of that. It's one of those things that like I enjoy watching because I kind of like talking shit about it because most of the people on there are kind of like douchebags, you know what I mean? Like they're just kind of like bro-y dudes.
That sucks.
And like one of them is borderline Jersey Shore, Italian dude, like takes his shirt off at the club and like dances all crazy. Yeah, like you know what I'm talking about, right? When you say it. But good show, bunch of crazy shit on there. Supposedly they had Cleopatra's hand.
Whoa,
yeah,
that is nuts.
Her mummified hand.
Wow.
They also had like the rarest. Damn it, the baseball card. Why can't I think of it?
Like Mickey Mantle?
Not Mickey Mantle. The rarest baseball card. It was in
Roger Maris
chewing tobacco. And the guy got mad because he didn't want kids starting to chew. So he took him out of it.
Yeah, I think you told me about this.
God damn it, dude. Honus Wagner.
Okay.
Dude, that's one of those things where we get to talking and it's like you can't pull just these random bits of information. So it was like a Honus Wagner that was worth, like, they were saying $50 million.
Whoa.
Like, is the rarest of rare.
Jesus.
So there's some cool stuff on there, and then like they did like a whole bunch of cool like music stuff. It's a super cool show. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Also, I got up to episode 4 of The Boys.
Oh, nice.
So I met Tech Knight and his deviants, if you will. Yeah, I was like,
great.
And then,
such a good parody of Batman.
Huey had like a breakdown afterwards.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
That show,
Such a
seriously,
good
like
show,
you're
man.
watching it and sometimes you're like, God, this is
I
making
realized,
me
though,
uncomfortable. I couldn't imagine filming
We
it.
got to be careful, though, because I saw you shared that little snippet of Game of Thrones or House of Dragon. There are people that, like, spoilers are a thing.
But
so
I did wait, because technically, I think the newest episode's already out, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's the episode
Yeah,
before.
people just
That's
need to
why
catch
I
up.
did it, because
Cool.
I was like, if
Yeah.
you haven't watched it yet and you're worried about spoilers, then screw
fast
you.
forward
Fast
to this
forward.
or something.
Yeah,
But
and,
The
and
Boys
you know
is
what?
awesome.
If we spoil something for somebody, then I'm glad that they got spoiled by us. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I hate
you know.
to say it.
Make a comment.
Yeah, comments. Do
Yep.
something.
That's cool. I
But
love
other
The
than
Boys.
that, yeah, we watched just a bunch of stuff. We're rewatching The Office because it's like one of those comfort shows. I think now we're on like the 3rd time of watching it.
Just the 3rd time?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man. Yeah.
Together. I mean, I watched it
yeah.
once without her. Maybe twice.
I think
don't
I'm up
know.
in the maybe 30s now. I think
of the
we've-
whole
of
seasons.
the seasons. Yeah, we'll just
That's
like
just
put it on the
always
background.
on. Yeah, it's that, and then what's the other one?
She likes New
Parks
Girl,
and Rec.
Oh yeah, Parks and Rec's
Yeah,
good. I
that's a
love Parks
good
and
one.
Rec.
So we've got those like comfort shows we always go to. So other than that, I'm all caught up on Drag Race. You know, I know you think it's weird I watch Drag Race.
Hey
but
man,
we're,
2 each their own, dude.
we're super into
all
Drag Race. So
Not
yeah,
the
we're
type
caught
of
up on
drag
that.
racing I'm used to. John
Hey,
Force and all that.
yeah, John Force.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't know how he's doing.
Yeah, I know after that
he
crash,
was doing pretty
dude.
bad there
He's
for
like
a bit. He's
70,
like in
man.
IC. He's like, yeah, he's like 70-something
He's
years
still
old.
racing, man.
Still going, you know,
Like-
just ripping down the track at
He
300
can't give
miles
it
per
up.
hour, whatever fast they go. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, didn't do much because it was like 102 degrees out here.
It was pretty hot.
What about you?
Well, Saturday worked, but afterwards, Friday first, we want to kick off the weekend really well, so we went to our local spot of State House over here in Reunion, and that was an awesome time. We like to do something instead of like the typical, like what couples do, just each get an entree, you eat your meal, and then you leave. We do an appetizer night where we just get a bunch of appetizers.
Dude,
And
honestly,
it's the way to go.
it really is.
Yep.
You know, when you think about it, because there's so many times you sit there and you get an entree. Sometimes it's not good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the best entree. You know, maybe the cooks had an off night, but appetizers are really hard to mess up.
Yep.
You get a bunch of those. Most of it's all fried deliciousness. It's
We got Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
love Brussels
man.
sprouts.
Yeah, they have little bacon bits in them and like Parmesan cheese with a little balsamic drizzle. State House is the shit, man. And then, so I had a lot of margaritas that night, of course. And then we did that OT on Saturday. Then we ordered a lot of pizza on Saturday night because I was so tired after work and all that. Where
Yeah.
we just came home, we played cards, put on a lot of music, and we just hung out and had a really good time. I listened to a lot of the new Eminem album. That was really cool. And then Sunday we went to the pool and just relaxed. Kept reading this book that I've been checking out, Empire of the Summer Moon.
yeah, you told me about it. I need to
It's
start
a really
reading
brutal
it.
book, man, but it's a good book.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the rest of Sunday I went to like Home Depot and stuff like that. Got some stuff for the garden. All of my tomatoes have like outgrown their 4-foot stakes, so I had to upgrade.
Oh no.
And everything's growing really good.
Nice. What all you grown?
Zucchini, jalapeno, bell pepper, and 2 tomato plants.
Okay.
And then we have like 20 different flowers out there for
For
Yep.
the looks.
spice it up a little bit.
I'll bring you some serranos.
That'd be
when
cool.
I've got enough of them. I got a few right now, but I'll bring you some when we got.
I'm down, man.
a-
We could
a
trade veggies,
bundle.
like a
Ooh.
trade and barter situation.
Ooh,
Yep.
you know, I love a good bartering,
Let's
a dickering, if you will.
Whoa, haven't heard that term yet.
You haven't heard dickering? There was a show on History called like Dickers or I'm not gonna look it up. If you want to look it up, go look it up. It was basically like these dudes who go around. It was like American Pickers,
Yeah.
similar thing, but these guys would like go and like dickering's like a East Coast thing. It's like bartering.
Oh,
Dickering.
see, I've
Yeah.
only heard barding. I've never heard dickering around.
Yeah. So the more you know, learn
Yep.
something new every day.
That's
you know.
cool, dude. That's cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What else was I gonna bring up? You said something else that you guys did.
To the pool.
Saturday. The fights are okay.
Yeah, well, the Drew Dober fight was really good.
That was
guy
nuts.
is a gladiator, man. He seriously is a gladiator. I follow him on Instagram, and
You see him partying out afterwards? Dude?
I didn't see that. I saw
Dude, he's
like
out at the club, his shit's sewn up, and
my
he's
God,
dancing, dude.
dude.
He's just partying.
I wonder
Just
what
like,
club he went to,
yeah.
a Beta or something. I think they closed
Probably.
that
I
one
was like,
down.
is it church? The church? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I know. I don't go to clubs
Maybe
anymore.
or vinyl. I don't know.
I go to
The
Chili's these
Funky
days.
Buddha. Yeah, where do you? The club do you go to? TGIF.
Dude, you ever
know?
do the Triple Dipper? That's where it's at. Triple Dipper's the
I get
shit.
real wild,
We're
dude.
actually going to Chili's
I
on
hit
Friday.
a Chili's and I get a triple dipper. You know what I mean?
We've already planned it out, dude. We're going to Red Rocks on Saturday, like I already mentioned. So we're
Hell
like, what are we
yeah.
doing on Friday? Chili's.
dude.
Baby back.
Baby back ribs.
Dude, for all the fucking
Barbecue
companies we
sauce.
mentioned, we
One
need
of
to
them-
get fucking sponsored, man.
One
Because
of
we
them. We
could
keep
really
trying.
give those boosts to a lot of them.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I mean,
you know?
Chili's, I know you need it, dude. Red Lobster's closing like crazy.
Yeah, this is your time to strike when
Yeah.
the iron's hot. You know what I mean?
Get
So-
at us, dude.
Well, what do
man,
you? Well,
dude, we did it again.
son of
We're
a
on the same
bitch.
wavelength, dude. Let's talk about some sports.
Do you
ball.
want to get into sports, or we're already at 50 minutes here? Should we just hit the music break right now? Thoughts?
I think we
Orals,
should.
qualms.
I think we should cover the NFL headlines real quick. I just
Okay.
wanna hit that.
Well, let's do it.
Yep.
Headlines. Get
get your headlines here.
That's right. It's time for headlines, or, whatever you want to call it. But we're calling it headlines.
And we're going to go to the gridiron.
We are, the gridiron. I was trying to think of something else to call it, like gridiron, grundle.
The longest yard.
Yeah. Because I did like NBA hard in the paint. Like, let's go hard in the paint. And then that's the NBA. But, yeah, we're working on things. If you have any thoughts, let us know.
Brainstorming.
Hit us up in the comments.
Well, I want you to bring up this.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Hit the soundbite.
Personal foul. 69. Offense. He was giving them the business.
Yes. He was giving them the business. You know what we forgot to do?
Reggie White.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll do that after
the
this.
mess. Yeah,
we'll do that. Then we'll do this, and then we'll go into the music break. See what happens, guys. You get so used to doing one thing one way, and then you change it up, and everything's all out of whack.
Dude, it's nice to get out of routine every now and then. You can't get stuck in
Exactly.
routine.
It makes it feel alive.
Yeah.
Could
be on your toes.
real.
Well, first, I want to hit these two kind of free agency trade kind of news, and
let's do it.
I want you to tell the story about the guy that unfortunately just died recently.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yep. Jamal Adams got signed by the Titans the other day. Kind of an interesting kind of deal. I almost hit up Justin Graver about it, so you see what he thought about it. But I don't know. You would think, 4 years ago, you'd be really pumped about it. But the Seahawks traded like everything for him. And he didn't really pan out in Seattle.
No, he didn't, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's only 28, so he's
crazy.
not. When you think about how long it seems like he's been in the league, you'd think he'd be a lot older. But yeah, he's only 28.
He fell off a cliff, kind of.
He did. And he's on basically a prove-it deal now with the Titans, who offered him basically a $1.12 million contract. Which I don't think is too much more than the league minimum in terms of vets.
Yeah.
So he's on kind of a prove-it deal, looking to kind of change things around. I think it's a great pickup for the Titans.
I think so, too. I mean, they just need all the help in the world in that defensive backfield. So,
yeah.
There we go.
Well, and then the other big news that
came out today.
Brandon Ayuk. We've heard it all along, really. I'm surprised now that they're just finally, coming out and saying it, because it was not too long ago. I want to say like 2-3 weeks ago, that trade request rumors were floating around. But Brandon Ayuk has now formally requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
So,
and he kind of deserves it, too. If you look at, his numbers compared to, CeeDee Lamb, it's not too far off. The guy really has quietly produced a lot for them. I had him on my fantasy team last year.
Yeah, he's like the king of yak, if you will.
Exactly.
The yards after catch. A lot of his, big gaining plays are, shorter, slants, the screens and such that just turn into 40, 50-yard touchdowns and the like. So I'm interested to see all over the local sports radio was, what should the Broncos offer for him?
I'd be
because
pretty
we
pissed.
don't really have any.
You guys don't. I mean,
we don't have any weapons.
You got Cortland Sutton. You guys got mid-tier wide receivers. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, our running back room is not too bad, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But who knows where he's gonna go?
I hope he becomes a Steeler. I think he deserves to go to his dad.
Yeah, to his papa.
I'm gonna keep pounding that joke in the crowd, dude. It's
well,
tough.
and then it's Papa and then Big Brother Russ. So
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that's all in terms of the big free agent stuff, so to speak, that's happening. I do feel like here in the next couple weeks we'll probably hear where Ayuk is going, but who knows? They might drag their feet, because I did hear there was a little bit of rumbling that they've told him behind the scenes, we're gonna let Debo go because his dead cap hit is so huge this year. It does kind of seem like, with him being the total Swiss Army package, running stuff out of the backfield and whatever Debo does, that they don't feel like he's gonna last as long, and that Ayuk is their actual number one wide receiver. But who knows, man?
Yeah, it's tough to tell. Let's get into some unfortunate news. We haven't really found out how he died, but it doesn't matter. Jacoby Jones, fortunately, died at age 40. He was a special teams wide receiver for the Ravens. and another team that I'm forgetting right now. But Chris has a really interesting story about him because it's one that he will never forget.
No, it lives with me in infamy, probably for the rest of my life. So yeah, Jacoby Jones, former Baltimore Ravens wide receiver and Super Bowl 47 winner, died in his sleep on Sunday. Now they're saying Sunday, July 14th.
Wow.
I guess they were saying his family and stuff were around him, which I don't know what was going on. Maybe he had something happening.
maybe he
We
was
haven't
sick or
found
something.
out yet, but he was basically one of, like, aside from Joe Flacco and the defense, he was kind of like that unsung hero for the Ravens that year. I mean, you could think of,
Yeah.
if you look at his highlights, I mean,
That playoff run, man, he was just doing
dude,
it
it
all.
was like all, and Flacco would just throw it up, and you'd be like, where the hell is he throwing that
Yep.
ball? And then all of a sudden, it falls into Jacoby Jones' hands. And I was at the divisional round playoff game in 2013, where I thought the Broncos had it locked up. I mean, there's argument to be made that 2013 or 2012, whatever you want to call it, was a 2013 Super Bowl. That Broncos team was probably the best team with Peyton Manning. I mean, that was the year they set most of the records.
55 TDs that year,
Yeah,
right?
they were playing out of their minds, and it was, I think, the coldest. There might have been one since, but it was the coldest game at Invesco at that time. It was Invesco.
Okay.
But it was -7 with the wind chill, and I did not dress properly at all. I was wearing, like, Chucks,
Oh, man.
and the beer that had spilt that normally just pools on the ground was just a yellow frozen.
Ugh.
It just looked like frozen piss surrounding my feet.
Probably
And
smelt horrible.
yeah, my feet were frozen. I was cold. And it was that last drive, and, I don't want to be one of those people who leaves early all the time, but I told my brother, I was like, dude, I can't take anymore. We thought it was over.
Yeah.
I think it was the 2 plays before that play, the Mile High Miracle. We got up, and I was like, we got to go. And we started walking. We're on the concourse. We're making our way around. And then all of a sudden, we just hear the stadium, just something happened. And we're watching up on one of the TVs by the concession stands, and I was like, let's just fucking go back to the seat, because what happened was the Mile High Miracle, which sent the Ravens on that trajectory all the way to the Super Bowl, as Jacoby Jones just burned Raheem Morris.
Yep.
Raheem the Dream Morris, as he liked to call himself, blew by him and pretty much just set up what it was the end of the Broncos season. And we went back and watched them lose in overtime,
Yep.
which sucked, and still to this day, the worst sporting event I've ever gone to in my life.
It sucks. But now, after the fact, years later, aren't you kind of glad that you had that memory?
Well, I mean, if they
Distance.
hadn't won the Super Bowl there, like, shortly
It would've
thereafter,
sucked, yeah.
it would have sucked.
It would have been
really
really bad. Yeah.
Because, I mean, then I think the next year was the 48-2, or 40. Was it 52-8?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck,
So
I
that's
can't even
even
remember.
worse.
I've just blocked it out of my memory. So, had that not happened, yeah, it would have sucked. But to go and see that, and then, yeah, it was cool.
And then Jacoby Jones went on to the Super Bowl, and then they end up beating the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and he now
The
holds
Harbaugh Bowl.
he holds the record for the most all-purpose yards by a special teamer. I think it is maybe it's like all players or something, but because it's like return yards as well, because he had a couple huge returns in that Super Bowl. But his whole playoff run, yeah, it was great, but way too young to die. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and like we said, nobody knows what happened, but everybody's given the family time, as that's what they've asked for as they deal with this, because I could only imagine losing somebody like that at the age of 40. So, whatever you want to say, positive energy going to him and his family, thoughts and prayers, whatever it is you want to say. Definitely a huge bummer. So we'll leave it at that, but he will forever live in infamy in my mind as the guy who basically killed the Broncos that year, single-handedly as far as I'm concerned. But, yeah.
It is kind of a cool story, but I mean, also really rough too.
Yeah, but that's now I've been living with 9 years of terrible football. So what are you gonna do?
Keep praying.
Keep praying, dude.
That's right.
Thoughts and prayers,
Yep. That's right. Well, I do believe that wraps it up for NFL news. Do you want to get to the musical break?
Yes, I do, Chad, and I'll take us. I'll take you there. The musical break this month is the Soap Girls. I did find another video that, as far as I know, I didn't look at every second of it. There is no nudity, so fingers crossed. Because like we said last week, these girls like to play topless, and more power to
Maybe
them.
We'll put it up on our Patreon.
Yeah, once we set that up. But this name of this song is Bad Bitch, and you are about to hear that right now.
My gun is ready to go. You're way too slow.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard Bad Bitch by the Soap Girls. They are our music break guest of the month for the rest of the month. So if you like what you heard, make sure to go check them out on all things streaming, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, wherever the hell you listen to music. Go find them. And if you want to see where they're playing next, or because they have been on tour recently, or you want to buy merch or find out where to get their music on your own, go to thesoapgirls.com and check it out there. But we are back into sports. Let's get into the NBA, Chad.
What do we have to talk about basketball?
Let's find out.
Take it roll! Take it roll! Outlet! Outlet! Rain dance! Sandy, come on! Sandy!
T, come on. I'm burning. My lungs are burning.
My legs burning. Well, there has been a few things that happened since the last time we sat down at this table, Chad.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson takes a team-friendly deal with the Knicks. My question is, will it come back to haunt him? But it does sound like Mikal Bridges plans to do the same thing.
Yeah, I saw that you put that. What do you mean come back to haunt him? How do you mean?
We had these things happen with, like, in the NFL. They were talking about when Russell Wilson and the thing with the Broncos happened, if he renegotiated his deal, would that be, like, have a negative impact on the whole salary thing for all the rest of the players? Is this going to screw him in the terms of the fact, like, is he losing out on money he potentially could have made that he won't make back up on his next contract? Because, I mean, he took, what was it, like, I think like $100 and some million off of what he could have made.
Yeah.
And is he going to make that back up in the long run, I guess, is my whole thought process.
I mean, it's basically the question, which do you care more about, like winning a championship or the money? Because it seems like if he's more focused on, and he's got all of his friends there from Villanova,
yeah,
that he's saying, like, let's go. If I'm willing to do this, you know what that means. And that means we're going to try to be able to afford everybody else that we need to so that we can go beat the Celtics and get a championship. And I commend that. If he doesn't get his money, whatever. But if he keeps playing the way he is, he's going to get it, outside of court with, like, shoe endorsements and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the endorsement stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, this is why, the Nuggets are in the position that they are in. Like, had, one of these guys done what Jalen Brunson just did, they wouldn't be in the position that they're in the second apron where they're handcuffed and can't do anything. But, if you have one of your best players basically forfeit $113 million of a supermax so you can go out there and compete and sign some guys, like bringing in Mikal Bridges. I'm sure that was probably one of the reasons why they were able to do that, and especially now with them having to sign him and him planning on doing the same thing, they might have found a way to get around what is the second apron taxes and stuff, but you have to have the right players that are willing to do that. And it's so hard nowadays where, like, we're in this mercenary athlete world where you're going to the highest bidder no matter what. I mean, that's the whole goal. That's why, look at college football now with the NIL. It's going to the highest bidder. Who can pay me the most?
Oh, wow. I never even talked to you about this. Did you see what he used to be the owner of Nike. He's Ben Affleck
Phil
played
Knight.
him. Phil Knight, thank you. Did you see what he came out and said for Oregon?
He's going to throw all of his money at Oregon.
Everything.
Yeah.
He's willing to pay whatever it takes.
Dude,
Infinite.
If he could throw his wallet at Oregon, and it's more than most people make in a lifetime.
Yeah, because he's getting older and he really wants to see them win a championship before he passes, and he sees the windows closing. So,
but that's all the way down to college now. That's where do the best for you, which I don't blame these guys. I mean, you got to make, because I know it's insane when we see. He's still making, I forget how much it is, but it's $156 million deal. And he took a forfeit of $113 million. He's still making $156 million. I know that's insane money. We're talking about funny money. But these owners and everybody else are making exponentially more than that. And I don't blame these guys for going and getting whatever they can. But, like, this is one of the first times we're seeing this now where these guys are like, I'm going to give it up just so we can be great, you know? And I do admire it. I'm just wondering, I guess, is he going to end up regretting it in the long run? Because it is a question to be asked. I mean, if they don't make it, I mean, the Celtics still have a lot of really good players. And
they're the team to beat.
Yeah,
they are the team to beat. Yeah.
Even with, you know, and they're planning on signing everybody, and now they want to sell the team, and whoever else buys it's going to have to deal with all that second apron shit at this point. But yeah, you just look at stuff like that. Like, he could do this, and they still might not get past him.
That's very true. You know, there's a risk going into it, but I'm rooting for the Knicks because I wish this was more of a common thing. You know, Tom Brady was like a really unicorn when it came to accepting less money so that everybody else could get paid. I wish it was way more common in NBA because when it came out, I mean, dude, perfect example. We saw the headline, LeBron James takes a team-friendly deal.
It was like $2 million.
$2 million last year. You're still making $52 million. And after the first 3 or 4 guys on the Lakers, your team's garbage, man. There was a hilarious meme I saw the other day of Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick sitting courtside, and they're like, I mean, they look disgusted watching their team.
Speaking of the Celtics and that, did you see what Jaylen Brown did?
No.
Oh, you missed this.
I saw him at the ESPYs. What are you talking about?
He was sitting courtside at one of the Summer League games with Angel Reese and another WNBA player. And the cameras were on him. And he says, I don't think he's a pro player about Bronny.
Wow. I didn't.
And then Angel Reese said something, and then the chick in between him, and I wish I remembered her name. I can't think of it, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But she also said something like, I think he's going to be playing in the G League.
Yeah.
And
that's what
like,
the meme say. JJ Redick and Rob Pelinka. If people don't know, Rob Plinko from Price is Right?
Yeah,
Plinko? That's what it is.
Yeah. Or there's also Pachinko. Isn't that like the Asian or Japanese game?
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Parcheesi. I think that's what you're thinking of, maybe.
Yes.
Damn, look at that, man.
That wasn't it, but
easy. But that was the kind of like meme, is that they were both sitting there disgusted, and the text said, how are we going to tell LeBron that we got to send Bronny to the G League? Because he's not doing too well in Summer League.
He has not made a three-pointer.
Yep. Not made a three-pointer.
No, and he's a 6'3" guard.
Dude, I am so over all of the ESPN headlines. Anytime he does anything, if he ties a shoe, Bronny ties a shoe. If he makes a dunk.
Did you see what they had today? I mean, let me just give you what his numbers are right now, and this is as of 6 hours ago. 6 for 26 from the field.
Wow.
0 for 12 from three-point range. He has scored a collected 15 points across 3 games, and the Lakers have yet to win in the Summer League. But he did win $10,000 today, like he fucking needs it, in the G League Call of Duty tournament.
Oh, man. Wow.
So
he's got potential, then. He's got potential. Don't write him off yet. Call of Duty's a pretty big deal.
It is, and if he kept that $10,000 and didn't give it to second place or something, what a dick.
Oh, dude. I bet he kept it, dude. Are you kidding?
I bet he did too. But that's what I'm saying, dude.
Like,
I'd be like, I don't need it, dude. Here's $10,000.
Yeah.
My dad's LeBron fucking James.
Exactly.
What do I need $10,000 for? I just signed like a 4-year, $7 million deal with the Lakers.
Yep. You look at the last like 55th pick, which he was. I believe he was like 55, 50,
something like that. It was in the 50s.
Last year, that pick made like $700,000 whenever they signed.
He's not in the league anymore.
No. Yeah. It is so ridiculous.
Yeah. It just sets a terrible precedent for everybody. But then Jalen had to walk it back, and then he had to talk about like the legacy and everything of LeBron to be able to, the legacy and longevity to be able to play with your son and all this other shit. And it's like, dude,
I'm so over
you
it.
got caught, man.
Yeah.
And just admit it and be like, I said what I said. That's my opinion. Don't sit here and try and, you know, bend the knee to LeBron, or bend both for that matter.
Yeah.
If you catch my drift. But
I'm kind of tired of it, and I'm really rooting for Serbia in the Olympics.
yeah. Well, let's move on. I don't want to spend too much more time on it, but something happened today that you were very upset about as the Bucks bolster their backcourt.
God, I was so
Add
pissed.
Gary Trent on a 1-year deal.
Why can't the Nuggets sign anybody and anybody stay healthy?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, and then let's talk about
Let's
that
just
real quick.
bundle all of this into the
Deron
Nuggets.
Holmes, the Nuggets' first-round pick, first game in G League, looking great.
Yep.
Everybody's like, this guy is gonna contribute.
Going for 3 from 3 from deep.
Pops his Achilles.
Yep.
Done
Out
for the
season.
year.
Horrible luck, man.
I
Horrible
hope
luck.
to God he's reached out to Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to go on a darkness retreat and do whatever Aaron Rodgers did to
Yep.
make his Achilles heal in like
Go
7
down
months.
to Ways to Well down there in Texas.
Yeah.
That's what'll do it.
That'll do it for sure. But yeah, that was a huge bummer news. I posted it was a hilarious video, I thought, of what Nuggets fans were doing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think so.
Of the guy like pretending to kill himself.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because
bummer,
it did
man.
feel like that, man. It's like, yes, we got depth. This is great. And then it's just like, bah!
Such a blow, man.
That sucks. But yeah, Gary Trent Jr. agrees to a 1-year deal with the Bucks.
We need 3-point shooting, and now the Bucks have it.
Yeah. He averaged 13.7 points on 43% shooting in 71 games during the 23-24 season, and shot 39% from 3, his best mark since the 2019 to 2020 season. Great addition for the Bucks. Would have been great, really, for a lot of people, but the Bucks iron it out, and they get him.
Yep, that could be
They
dangerous.
done got him.
Dame shooting threes and him too.
That's true.
That
Very
could be a
true.
good addition. I think
but
that's it for basketball.
Yeah, where should we go next? There wasn't really much in the NHL, so I would say we roll into MLB.
Let's go to the Diamond.
Let's do it, dude. Hold on, let me close all this shit and get it out of the way, and let us go to MLB.
Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut.
Gonna light your ass up, me.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Just a bit outside.
We are at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Last night was the home run derby.
Let's talk about the national anthem, my friend.
I kind of feel like it's a little touchy subject. She's going to rehab.
A little bit, but it's a crazy story. She is from Colorado,
Yep.
from Highlands Ranch. Her dad was a coach for the Rockies from 2000 to 2008. Ingrid Andress is her name. It is a little bit of... Yeah, coming out now, she says she was
I don't
hammered.
really want to make fun of her now.
I'm not here to make fun of her.
But it was pretty bad.
It was real bad, and you feel terrible. But it does bring up like all the other terrible, anthems and stuff. Yeah, the singing the national anthem is not an easy thing to do
Oh, no.
by any means. It's not an easy song, and to go up there and give it a whirl by any means, I give people credit. But if you listened last night, it might be right up there as one of the worst.
Her and Fergie.
Fergie,
Yeah, that was a pretty
Roseanne.
Roseanne did take me out to the ball game at Wrigley Field.
No, she did the national anthem.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's listen to a little bit of it. But here we go. Roseanne Barr at the Padres game. Let's listen to it. Oh wait, hold on a second. Here we go. Oh my God, hold on.
That was bad.
It was too loud.
Oh man. Oh my god. It's like nails on chalkboard.
It is.
That's horrible.
But then you listen to like she was intentionally trying to screw it up, but Ingrid here giving it her all, and I'll be the first to say we've all been a little too intoxicated and got up. Well, I don't know about you, Chad, but I've been too drunk and gotten up and done karaoke. I've been too drunk and gotten up on stage and played with the band and ruined things. So I've been there. I know how it goes. But I give her credit for just going for it. She didn't stop.
Yeah.
She had to have known. I don't care how drunk you are. You had to have known that didn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. She's a, what'd you say, 4-time Grammy winner?
Not 4. She's been nominated.
Oh, okay.
So she is a very big country singer, but she had an off night. And before I even knew what happened, I was going to say, dude, it doesn't matter. You could book anything. And the day, if you wake up and shit's not right, and you go and try and sing, it's not right. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like you can try everything, right. But this is what happened at the home run derby last night.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
See, it's soulful.
O'er the land of the free.
Oh man,
this is the end.
Take out my headphones.
Ingrid Andress.
Yeah,
That's
it wasn't good. But you know, I feel bad for her, obviously. I couldn't imagine the embarrassment of I did it at a backyard show during UMS wearing a buffalo hat with horns on it. Totally hammered. Kind of cooler than in front of the entire world during the home run derby when nothing else is really going on sports-wise.
A lot of people were watching
everybody was
night.
watching it. Yep. And the home run derby was great.
Yep, Bobby went to the finals,
I almost won $35 on Bobby Witt because you know what I did? I put $10 on him before the home run derby to win.
He was plus 452, I think.
No, I did it. It was right after or right before it started. He dropped to 350.
Oh, I see. Nice.
And
dude, he's playing so good this year.
Yeah, dude's playing lights out.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Bobby Witt. But yeah, I think the All-Star game is going on.
It should be happening right now, if not starting shortly, because it's 6:22. Right now, so I think it might be happening.
Let's see.
Top of the first, 1 out, 0-0.
There we go.
So yeah, Paul Skeens is starting for the National League.
Shohei Ohtani's batting right now.
Shohei's up to bat.
Corbett, I think his name's Corbett or something. Burns is the starting pitcher for the Orioles.
Did you say
and
Cobert?
I think it's
Corbin. I thought maybe.
Yeah, I think it's Corbin. Yeah. But then Paul Skeens is the starting pitcher of the National League. The first rookie, not the first rookie, but the first rookie in a while.
Yeah,
I think a long time.
Well, in terms of pitching, because most it's it's kind of like NHL. These guys get drafted. Sometimes they go back to college, not in the MLB, but you will get drafted, and then nobody will hear from you for 6 years. Yeah, as you just flounder around in AAA, Double A, Single A, whatever happens. But it's cool to see. I do think we can pretty much solidify after last night. I mean, they changed up the rules a little bit in the home run derby, but the MLB knows how to do all-stars. All-star weekend, whatever you want to call it. The MLB is the king in terms of all-star games / events.
Yep.
You look at the NFL, nobody watches. You look at basketball.
NBA is a joke now.
The dunk contest sucks.
Yeah.
It's a joke. The 3-point contest was only interesting this year because they brought in a chick. Sabrina Ionesco.
Yep.
Ionesco. I last night was super compelling. And then to see Teoscar Hernandez win and be so emotional and talk about how it was a dream of his.
I know, it was pretty cool.
Super cool. I'm just, it's bringing me back around to baseball. I'm feeling it again, Chad. I watched almost an entire Rockies game on Sunday. I totally forgot about it until just now. They won.
Who would they play?
Who are they playing? Or did they win? They might have lost in the end, but they hit a shitload of home runs. One guy, Mike Toglia, hit like 3 home runs in this game.
Holy cow!
So
I know
it was
you
a hell
guys
of a
got
game.
an all-star as well. I was kind of shocked by that.
Every team gets an all-star, Chad. We make it fair in MLB.
That's retarded. I didn't mean to say that word, but that's dumb.
Cancel, Chad. Just kidding.
That's
R-worded. That's R-worded.
Oh my god! Why would you get an all-star for every team?
It's what they do. But Ryan McMahon deserves to be an all-star. He is hitting the hell of the ball. Also, pretty much flourished after Nolan Arenado. We paid the Cardinals to take him. Stepped into third base and has won a Gold Glove last year.
Oh wow!
So things are going good for them. He deserves to be there. But yeah, every team gets a person. It's all fan voted anyways, so
participation trophy. I guess.
Okay, boomer.
Let's break this down a little bit. It is the All-Star weekend, and Tony Kornheiser kind of broke it down really well, where it's almost like NASCAR, where like when you're in a caution and you're just waiting for that checkered flag to start driving again, everybody's kind of gonna just drive a little slow. They think that's what all of these division leaders are doing right now, because almost all of them are in a little bit of a slump.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about with the Phillies, the best team in the baseball right now. They're at 62-34, leading the Braves 8.5 games. But they're 5-5 over the last 10 games. Then you take a look in the Central Division. Milwaukee Brewers in first place, 4.5 games up on the Cardinals. They're 3-7 over their last 10. The Dodgers in the West, 56-41, 7 games up on the Diamondbacks. They're 3-7. So a lot of teams are waiting for their starting pitchers to kind of get healthy again. They're waiting for guys to get back from injury. But I think after the All-Star break, they're going to be rejuvenated. Things are going to start. They're going to play in for the home stretch to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean that happens anytime. You know, this is a marathon, especially when you look at a 162 game season. You look at the NBA; it's only 82. You look at the same thing with the NHL. The halfway point, man, you are just trying to get through it and hit that break, and then try and get everybody as healthy as possible for the final push. But I did, before we move on out of the MLB and get into the DDOE, which we are doing Aja Wilson this week. Is that what we're doing? We didn't even talk about that.
Asia Wilson?
Asia seems weirder because it seems like we're saying Asia.
It's A-J-A.
I went
Asia
Aja.
Wilson. Aja.
Whatever, dude. Tomato.
Hey, I said the R word.
Did
man.
you did? Yeah, we're canceled.
We're gonna edit that out.
No, I'm not.
Blair was asking if we're gonna edit anything.
well,
yes, we are tonight.
Yeah, one episode out of 92, we have to edit something out. Thanks,
Because
Chad.
of me.
But
we never did get into Reggie White though either.
Oh shit! Yeah, we'll do that
At the end.
Yeah, we're gonna
Maybe we'll
total
scrap
curveball.
the DDOE and we'll do that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that because we're already at time anyways. It'll be the first episode without a DDOE. We're breaking a 92 episode tradition, but it's fine.
It'll be all right.
Before we move on to that, to Reggie White, holy shit. I did want to hit the futures, if you will, in the MLB for the award winners because we're at the halfway point. And I just kind of want to run down the top 3 in each of these.
Please do.
For the American League MVP winner, we have Aaron Judge at minus 350 to win. We've got Gunnar Henderson at plus 240. And Juan Soto at plus 1,800. Now, if we move over to the National League MVP winner, we've got Shohei Ohtani at minus 375.
That's a lock.
Yeah. Bryce Harper plus 600. Freddie Freeman is a surprise. He's getting up there, man.
So we got 2 Yankees on one side and then 2 Dodgers on the other.
Yeah, and also I did forget to mention this, but when Teoscar Hernandez won, first Dodger to win the home run derby. Did you know that?
Ever?
Ever.
Wow,
Yeah,
how is
so that's
that? That
surprising.
doesn't even seem possible.
Yes, now let's move to pitching, Chad, the American League Cy Young winner. And just to give a heads up, the odds I'm giving you are off of betmgm.com. So,
Thank you.
American League Cy Young winner Tariq Skubal, minus 150. Corbin Burns, as Chad mentioned earlier, plus 325, and then Logan Gilbert at plus 1,200. Moving over to the National League, we've got Chris Sale, plus 115.
Damn right.
Zach Wheeler, plus 155. And Paul Skeens at plus 400. If I were you, I would go put money on Paul Skeens because that is going to
That'll be a good
go
payoff.
down as the year goes on, because I do think come playoffs, he's probably going to be sitting second, if not first, in terms
It's
of.
a bummer that the Pirates aren't too good, but
It doesn't matter.
They're
When
like
you're-
they're right at 500.
The
48,
beautiful thing
48.
about pitching, you're only on the hook for the games you go out
Yep.
there on the mound.
Yeah.
So,
And I think he is like 5-0, 4-0, something like that. And
he might be. I don't have that
I think
pulled
5-1,
up.
but yeah.
We'll jump to the National League since we're on Paul Skeens anyways. National League Rookie of the Year winner. Paul Skeens is leading, basically a lock, if you've ever wanted to hear a lock. National League Rookie of the Year winner, Paul Skeens, minus 1,200. Jackson Merrill, plus 500. Shota Imanaga at plus 2,800. Jumping over to the American League Rookie of the Year, Wyatt Langford, plus 120. Luis Gill, plus 200. And Sidane Rafaela, I might have screwed up that first name, plus 1,100. So that's where we're sitting for those ones. Most of them I see staying the same aside from Cy Young. I honestly think Paul Skeens is going to move up that list.
It's going to be tough to beat Sale, though. Sale's pitching really good this year.
It's true. But, yeah, just in terms of a first year, you got to put him up there. But
Rookie of the Year, he's got that.
He's got that locked,
Yep.
yeah. So, I mean, that about does it for me. What about you? You got anything else?
Well, I didn't go. I ran through the standings, but I didn't hit the American League. So
Oh, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. We kind of shifted gears, but yeah, I mean, it really is like all of them. All the division leaders are limping into the All-Star break, which isn't surprising. But the Orioles. It's always a tough word to say.
Oreos.
They took first place from the Yankees. I think it was about a week ago. They're one game up on the Yankees. Who the Yankees are 4-6 right now, and the Orioles are 3-7 in their last 10. So everybody's a little into a slump, man. And then Central Division, the Guardians 58-37, 4.5 games up on the Twins. They're 4-6 out of the last 10 games, and then my Royals are in third place. So that's going to be a tight race there in the Central Division.
Yeah.
Down there in the West, out there in the West, I should say, the Seattle Mariners, pretty cool. They're leading 52-46, one game up on the Astros, and they're 5-5 in their last 10 games. But,
Hot diggity dog.
Yep.
Well, about wraps it up for MLB unless you got
It
something
sure
else.
does.
I shouldn't have hit that. My eyes are watering.
You're crying.
I'm crying because I met you. All right, well, we're switching it up. We're just going to make Reggie White the DDOE. So
That's what I thought too, man. He's
So,
awesome.
Here we go. It is the time of that show when the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John Daly, hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I
Hit it hard.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
It is episode 92,
Uh-huh.
and there is no one else that deserves this award other than Reginald Howard White.
Yes.
Yep. Considered possibly one of the best defensive players in NFL history.
The Minister of Defense.
It is a pretty badass name. I actually watched it through Dave's recommendation, that MGM Plus add-on through Amazon Prime. Those NFL films. I watched a feature on Reggie White, and yeah, he's very active in his Christian beliefs and everything that he did as far as like helping people out. Very, very active in charities. The guy's a legend. He unfortunately died in 2004 at the age of 43, really young. But we're going to run down this right now. Was an American football defensive end who played in the NFL for 15 seasons. White played college football for the Tennessee Volunteers, earning unanimous All-American honors after playing 2 seasons for the Memphis Showboats of the United States Football League. He was selected in the first round of the 1984 NFL supplemental draft, then played for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers.
I
That's
love
a
it.
good one, dude.
I love it.
I don't know where that came from.
That's called talking for a
And
long
the Carolina Panthers. I never realized he played for the Panthers. That is kind of wild.
time. Oh, yeah.
Becoming one of the most awarded,
Literally like 2000. Year
Yeah.
2000, so.
most awarded defensive players in NFL history.
Yeah, the 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl 31 champion, 13-time Pro Bowl, and 13-time All-Pro selection, holds second place all-time among NFL career sack leaders with 198. He was selected to the NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time Team, the NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time Team, the NFL 1990s All-Decade Team, and the 80s All-Decade Team. During his professional career, White is credited with pioneering free agency in sports. Outside of football, he was also known for his Christian ministry, as he was ordained an evangelical minister, leading to his nickname, the Minister of Defense, as I alluded to earlier. Holy shit, it's got tongue-tied. He is a member of the College Football Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When we said that he was going to be the player of this episode, who is now the DDOE, I did watch a couple clips of him, and there was a cool clip of Shannon Sharp talking about him, and he was like, man, no matter who was on the field, he's like, we would all talk trash and say like the nastiest shit to each other, but like when you played Reggie White, you did not curse.
Oh, wow.
Like he would go harder on you if you did. So it was like everything was all dirty and stuff until he was on the field, and then it was like you weren't talking trash the same way anymore.
I'm telling you, if people aren't aware of Reggie White, just do a quick YouTube. This guy just manhandled tackles, and he got to quarterbacks, and there's probably dozens of quarterbacks that they still have PTSD and nightmares because of the way Reggie White would become barreling.
I mean, he was basically like one of the best defensive ends of all time.
Most people would put him in the top 5, no doubt. Maybe top 3 easily.
Easy. Yeah, a lot of people are going to put, oh man.
Michael Strahan.
No. Shit. Giants.
No, Lawrence Taylor.
Yes, LT.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, LT is probably up there. But, I mean, you just run down his list of accolades here. Obviously, like I said, Super Bowl champion, 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time UPI NFC Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time first-team All-Pro, 5-team second-team All-Pro, 13 times Pro Bowl, 2 times NFL sacks leader, 87-88, 80s decade team, 90s decade team, 75th anniversary all-time, 100th anniversary all-time, Bart Starr Award, Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame, Philadelphia Eagles 75th anniversary team, Philadelphia Eagles number 92 retired, Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame, Green Bay Packers number 92 retired, USFL Man of the Year, first team All USFL 1985 unanimous All-American, SEC Player of the Year, first team All SEC, Tennessee Volunteers number 92 retired. Anywhere the guy went, his number got retired.
Yep.
So that's why he's perfect for episode 92, as we are about to retire this episode.
Very true.
We retire it much like we do Reggie White's number.
We didn't even get to mention, he also wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bigelow.
WrestleMania, whatever Roman numeral, that'd be 11. I think it was 11.
Is it an X and
It's
a 1?
an X and a 1. That's 11.
That's an
right?
11.
Look at that.
Look at
Getting
that.
better.
We know Roman numerals.
At the time of his retirement, White was the NFL's all-time sacks leader with 198. He has since been surpassed by Bruce Smith, who accumulated 247. Wow, it took him 47 more games to beat that. That says a lot.
But he got a lot more, though. Didn't? Oh, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it took him 47 more games to get to 200 to beat White's record.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Pretty insane. Yeah, but hats off to Reggie White. Thank you for being our DDOE.
Yes, sir.
It is posthumous, but Rest in peace, sir.
Yes, sir.
The minister.
To the Ministry of Defense, may you rest in peace.
Yep.
On that note, though, it is the end of episode 92, and we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in each and every week.
Little preview for next week.
Yes.
We got Luke Braun coming on from Locked On Vikings. There's a lot of talk with the Vikings going on right now. A little tragedy and controversy with Jordan Addison getting arrested.
Ooh.
And
controversy.
We didn't get into it, but F1, they're racing in Hungary this weekend, so we'll be covering that.
I believe it's 7 o'clock. I wrote it down. Hold on before we move on. 7 a.m.
Yep,
Sunday.
7 a.m. So we will be recapping that next week.
Yes.
Tune in to that race. It has been a joy, and thank you to Blair again for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Blair. Thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in each week. Make sure, like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Rate us 5 stars. Subscribe to things that we post on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Please do.
And follow us on Twitch and now TikTok. We're all over.
He made a TikTok.
Follow us. We love you guys. Toodles.
Farewell.